Hey, James Eagleman here. Today we're going to talk about the Eagle Ballistics app, which right now is a phone app. This can be dropped on a rangefinder for you guys that have a rangefinder company and you're looking for an app for your rangefinder. So I'm going to go ahead and start off in blocks and make this simple. So as I open up the app, in the bottom right is a folder for rifles. If you want to make a new rifle, hit the plus sign and it's going to default it unnamed 308. Go to the gear next to it or the settings. And this is where you can name it. We'll name it, let's call it school gun, because this is Barber Creek Long Range Shooting School. This is our school guns, number 5, okay? So school gun number 5, then underneath it, put in the barrel twist. This is a 6.5 Creedmoor 8 twist. This is where you can select MOA or mill, scope height, or what a lot of people like to call sight height. Let's talk about scope height. Scope height, and when I click on the little button here, this is very good for field expediency. You can see the lines. If I click down here, try to go from center of the scope or to where center of the barrel is, and you can see I have a 1.95 sight height or scope height. I am going to click on it and it drops it in automatically. Correction factor, I'm going to leave it at 1 unless I know what the correction factor is. Now I know what this scope is. So this scope tracks 0.994. It helps if you put it in the right place. 0.994 and hit set, and it drops in the correction factor. Now in this app, it will do the correction factor. Very simple. Click on the circle next to it. Let's say we did a tall target test at 100 yards. We dialed 30 minutes. It says that it's expecting your point of impact of your group to go 31.4 inches, or it's expecting your crosshairs to move 31.4 inches. And let's say that my group was actually 31.5 inches, hit set. It says, well, your correction factor is actually 0.997. Go ahead and hit set, and now it drops it in there automatically. So again, this allows you to do your tall target test or your correction factor literally here. The bullet, click on the little bullet library, 264 caliber. We'll use Hornady 140 ELDM match, and it's going to drop into G7, the bullet length, all that information. Lot number, this allows you to look at your ammunition lot number, and you can actually keep track of what lot number is because lot numbers are different velocities in general. So this is 33, actually 32, 33413. Round count, this rifle barrel now has, so it has about 400 rounds through it. I have a board over there. All right, I'm going to leave the ballistic coefficient where it is. Actually, I'm going to use Hornady's. I find Hornady's to be a little more accurate. Let's just put in a ballistic coefficient of, say, 0.301. That's about what I've seen on these. Velocity 2710. I'm going to use a standard velocity unless I have the Garmin, which I do. If I have the Garmin, then I will use that velocity. So when I shot this gun a minute ago, it was actually 2660, so that was the velocity. And you can see as I go down, it's starting to give me information. Our spin rate, or RPMs, is 239,400 revolutions per minute, and our gyroscopic stability is 1.59, so I'm right on the edge of good stability. Our range is 101 yards. Zero height and zero offset really is, if you got a perfect zero, leave it alone. If you're a little bit high, then you're going to tell the program that you're a 1/4 inch high at 100 yards or a 1/4 inch low, and the offsets left and right. I'm going to lock in the zero angle, so it's now going to remember the angle of where the bullet departure in the scope is, all right? The pressure is being read from the cell phone, so leave it alone. Temperature outside is 45 degrees. Moving next is wind speed. Right now is about a 1.2 mile an hour wind, so I'm going to leave it. And this is all your target information. All right, I'm going to get into all this other stuff later. So right now I've got everything set up. I'm ready to go. I'm going to go to my basic HUD, and then I would go out to, say, I don't know, let's just go to 700 yards to do our initial truing. And it's telling me to dial 18 minutes on the turret, so I will dial 18 minutes on the turret, and I would shoot it, right? So This is basically how you program the rifle in here. Anyway, it's under the gun. I'm going to get into the HUD and all that stuff later. So this is all the information you need to put in there. And again, if you have a chronograph, use it for the velocity. Truing VCs is more accurate than truing velocities. All right. So let's go to the next block.